Hey, I'm back with another read on today. And this is from one of my absolute favorite tarots. It's called the Enchanted Tarot. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm not like a typical tarot reader. It's some things that I've always known, spiritually guided from within since I was a child. So I pretty much read people, read energy, read what's gonna happen. It's always been something I can do. I can pick up on stuff, you know, picking up who in the room with somebody they shouldn't be with, or what was going on in the room that shouldn't have been going on, like that sort of thing. So if you need any guidance, any information to help you figure out some things in your life, I'm your girl. I'm the person for that. And sometimes, you know, I've even been used by passed on spirits as a medium to get messages to their loved ones. 111 on the clock, as I say it. And so, you know, I'm gonna be honest, since I wasn't a typical tarot reader, I think I took a little longer, you know, getting into YouTube and this in my videos than most people. We got the 10 of Hearts out here and the 5 of Wands. Let me show you the cards in here. The Enchanted Tarot. Everything I'm using almost have a different meaning. So like I said, I kind of go by what the feeling is of that, you know, whatever's going on. And I'm very new to tarot. I took the classes and I bought the books and all of that type of stuff. But I still want to stay focused on, you know, who I am authentically, and just bring that to tarot, to the messages, to the guidance that you might be searching for. Because some of us don't care about who did what. Because we know we can't focus on that. We know that where our attention goes, that's where our energy goes. So we're not trying to live rent-free in nobody else's head. So with that being said, it was 222 when I said it, balance, peace, and harmony. So we need to figure out how we need to move about to have a better experience in our life. 10 of Hearts, success. The awakening, under the bar, 10 of Hearts. You found your spiritual family. You have obtained a goal that will bring you lasting personal success and domestic happiness. Your reputation is enhanced as your relations with friends, relatives, and business associates. The respect and honor of your peers has been obtained through your own correct actions. What are your own correct actions? You being authentic, authentically yourself. You got to love you. You got to be satisfied with you before anybody can fulfill you, before anybody can fill up your 10 of cups, before you can have a happily ever after. You have to love you the most. 333 on the timer. Okay, 5 of Wands. And you know, a lot of people told me, well, I ain't gonna say told me, well, they did tell me, but I heard a lot of people saying that I should go on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok yet. If you have any type of thoughts or suggestions I can do to help me grow faster, to help me systematically and strategically provide services to the collective, to the masses, I'm open for suggestions. Okay, adopt an attitude that allows you to see directly as a child and look for playmates or soulmates, for collaborations in happy enterprises. Let this moment of openness be joined with practicality, and find others who in union will add specific skills for your successful conclusions to a shared venture. Now is the time to sow the seeds of future harvest. And it's so funny, I just got through doing a read on Instagram, And I almost titled the message, "The foundation you lay today is your future for tomorrow." But I didn't label that. So obviously it's a lot of rebirth, because we got the chariot on the bottom of the card. A lot of new beginnings taking place. And we know that to be the case because the energy has shifted in the atmosphere. The energy has shifted in the universe. You know, we came into a new planet not too long ago. We've had eclipses, we've had new moons, blood moons, new moon in Virgo. And you know Virgo is all about perfection, baby. Virgo wants to do stuff right. And a lot of people don't want to do stuff right. They want to slide all by. But Virgo be like, we gonna do it the way it's supposed to be done. And we gonna have fun and look good while we doing it. So I feel like with that new moon in Virgo that had came through, I feel like a lot of that energy is lingering for those who love doing right. And, you know, the people who like, you know, sliding by, it's kind of like a wake-up call for them. But if you look at life, it happens in every generation. So, and depending on where you fall at in the generation is where you can be most effective. So you got to really study your history and the way this wheel is always turning. Okay, in order to triumph, you must take the reins, the reins of control and not let go. Enlist the help of forces of nature in your quest. Right now, there is no room in your life for emotion, just single-minded concentration on your goal. But as you grow in the ability to meet life challenges, remember to remove the defensive mask you have made for the world to see and fear. Like I said, you know, it's time for you to be your authentic self. You know, we all had a facade. We all had a person they know not to mess with, know not to talk. You know, we all had that side of us. But let that side down, because when you walk in love, when you walk in a new beginning, when you walk in a clear understanding of life, you're not really trying to be into it with nobody. You don't care if they talk about you. You don't care if they lie on you, because you know time will reveal what's true. Two of Pentacles, right here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I'm trying to think. Two of Pentacles. I haven't gotten that card in a while, so y'all bear with me. Like I said, Two of Pentacles. Change directions. With change comes the growth that runs throughout one's life. The growth from child to young adult, from young adult to old age, is meaningless without the accompaniment of the wisdom accumulated with the changing seasons of our lives. What we just said, you have endured changes in the past, both comforting and uncomfortable, and you are now being called upon to do the same again. You must remain flexible and see change as an opportunity as you ride upon the flowing waves of life. The world is changing. 8:55 on the clock. Change with it. Abundance. I don't care if you have to embrace change through catastrophic chaos. Embrace it. Understand that it happened for you and not to you. And with the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, we know the Queen of Wands, she usually get what she wants. She got passion. It's all about her. It's my way or no way. And with love, she says it and does it. So we want to take on some of that Queen of Wands energy real quick. Let me see if I can get some keywords in here. And then I'm going to let you all go. Act in a manner of authoritative, and self-assured person who knows how to initiate action. Prepare to inspire in the near future. You need to be involved in a creative project that will hold your steady attention. You may be prone to bouts of anger and intensely, but can be just as generous and radiant. Charismatic as long as your self-expression is not opposed. Be aware that the appearance of the Queen of Wands in a reading may mean that the person with her qualities will soon appear in your life. And she on the bottom of the deck, so maybe with the Emperor right underneath. So, you know, whatever you need to have is coming. I want to get one more. I like to have. I don't know why. I know most people do a 3-card spread. I like 4. Ooh, did I let it fall out or did it just fall out? The Hierophant card. The Hierophant card we know is a card of, they say marriage sometimes. And I feel like with us seeing the Queen of Wands and then we got the King of Wands now on the bottom of the deck with the Temperance angel under her and then the Lovers card right up under her. Let me see what's next. The Prince of Wands. Watch out for the Prince. The King already here, baby. The King is already here. Let's see what the Hierophant card, number 5, again, 5. So we got the 5 of Wands, the Hierophant, which is the number 5, the 10 of Wands. Ooh, I'm sorry, the 10 of Hearts, 2 of Pentacles. I ain't seen no earth energy lately. That's because them earth people, I mean, that earth energy need to get a different perspective. I'm pretty sure that this type of energy for air energy is somewhat challenging to navigate, but I'm sure they navigate it well. But you know, just by me knowing a lot of air energy, they trying to wait and see what everybody else gonna do first. That's how a lot of air energy operate. Just saying, just an observation, not nothing written in stone. Don't be upset with me if you are air energy. But what the energy is saying now to everybody is be your own self. It don't matter if you unsure. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Rules and traditions are based on sincere desires of our predecessors to preserve what was useful in their time. But your interests are not always best served by blind obedience. Blind obedience. That means you being loyal to something. 1244. You being loyal to something that doesn't even understand what you up against in today's world. They don't even understand the emotional and the capacity that people lack in today's society. So the rules of tradition have to change in order for times to change, in order for you to move forward and not progress backwards. 1313. It says the repression of your right to think freely may result in conformality. Still, many situations, religious morals, and traditions will comfort and sustain you. And that's why people are afraid to think freely. I talked about this in that reading. So the energy is, I don't want to say it's heavy, but it's new. It's not new to me, but I know it's new to a lot of people who didn't believe that this day was coming, that you have to change in order to keep going higher. A lot of people think they can keep staying the same, and that's when you start seeing people decrease in status and title and funding and financial influence, and also in respect. And because I've done that in my career, I've decreased because I listen to other people. Like, it's that simple. I stayed with the traditions, and you have to leave tradition. Even though I did this secretly, you have to be yourself outwardly in order for you to keep going up. And long as you don't stop, I don't care how many times you might have been down, don't stop. You can get up again. That's what this is all about. It's showing you how to get up again outside of the traditional societal norms. the things that they might be mad at you today about, but celebrate you tomorrow about. And you have to be okay with that. And if you're not okay with it, just keep winning in secret and in silence, however you're doing it. King of Wands. Queen of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. Anything else? I always like to go through it one time. And Ten of Hearts, you know, emotional fulfillment, happily ever after. Five of Wands, conflict. Two of Pentacles, make a decision if you're going to keep playing with people. With this Hierophant card being out here, who know that you hold a certain position, but if you hold a position and you have people around you who you know don't have the capacity, 1551 on the clock, mirroring numbers, who don't have the capacity to mirror you, to match your energy, stop having them around. It don't matter if they your cousin, your brother, your friend, your sister, your brother, your mother. They can't be around doing the upheaval of this new project, this new venture, this new business that you have going, because even if they don't say a mumbling word, their energy can be so negative that it'll bring it down before it gets a chance to take off. And I had to really learn that part of spirituality, because people kept trying to force religion down my throat. And, you know, it's just some things that you know in your spirit aren't true, aren't right. So you have to be okay with trusting your own thought process. What cards did you want me to use? Okay, it said use these. We're using the seasons of the witch. And you know, I read a lot about what happened to witches when I was younger, so that's how I knew to be quiet. That's how I knew not to say too much, try to go along and get along. But, you know, it still was met with a lot of challenges. So it's always best to just operate in yourself, operate in who you are, no matter what. The ancestors will protect you. Can't nobody hurt or harm you. Just operate in who you are. 1744. Give me a... Ooh, there we go. And I believe that the ancestors, the angel spirit, will always use a willing vessel. So you have to be willing to be used. Sacred waters, 35. Somebody could be 35 years old. Drunken by the swells of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace, unafraid of the present, releasing the cords. I call her in. I call her deeply within. Okay, she got on clothes, so I can show y'all the card. We're going to look at her with the phoenix on the bottom of the deck. The phoenix rising on the bottom of the deck, y'all. You got to rise up out the ashes. You got to rise up out of tradition. You have to rise up out of old mind constraints. You got to rise up out of yokes that are weighing you down. You got to rise up out of people's opinion. You got to rise up out of how your family, how your mother, how your daddy, how everybody else did it. You guys got to rise so you can have something that you never had before. So you can create something that that's never been created before. It's time for us to rise up. And we rising with a vengeance. Healing. We just read what it says. So, if there's anything else on her. This card comes in a reading when you are ready to heal wounds that have troubled you for many moons. Perhaps lingering pains from things lost, or the weight of the past that creeps up to haunt you at night. Pulling sacred waters is a sign that you will soon be renewed and your soul will release the cords that have bound you to hurtful memories of old. You may not know what you need, what needs to be healed. You could be carrying baggage that isn't immediately present in your consciousness, but the effects of such deep healing will become evident in the changes happening around you. Do not question the blessing coming into your life. They are here because you are slowly learning to wash away the blocks that have previously prevented such abundance. Sacred Waters reminds you to be gentle with yourself in the coming weeks. Difficult emotions or painful memories may surface, but this is your spirit bringing them to your awareness so they can be healed for good. If you do experience painful memories, allow them to wash over you. Do not try to overcome what you are feeling or allow yourself to feel guilty for what you're feeling. Simply experience the wave, allowing it to pass at its leisure. Just let it go. Just let it go, let it grow and wash away. With this Phoenix on the bottom of the deck, I just want to look at it real quick. I won't read the whole thing. I just want to look at the key word to it and end on that, if that's okay with you all. Okay, rebirth. Like I said, rise from the ashes. You are healing. You are healing. You ready to heal. Be open to the change no matter how it comes. Just be open. Remember to have balance, harmony, and welcome creativity so you can move forward in your life. Thank you. And subscribe. Subscribe.